Alright, we go on to an episode called Fear Never Knocks. I wasn't going to do this episode, and then I watched the episode, and as you can see, it took a long time between reviews. I didn't know if I was going to do this one, but, once I watched it, I was like, maybe I might have to do this. So I took some time to think. I had lunch. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do this. So it's called Fear Never Knocks. And it stars Ariel Winter from Modern Family. Her and her brother are staying with their grandfather, and he has this weird old recorder. He's a therapist, and he specializes in fear. He helps people get over their fears. And one night, the two decide to go in and mess around with it. Talk about their fears. While listening to the fear of the latest patient, where they talk about a fear of spiders, a spider crawls on the little boy, the brother, and he freaks out. Then they start talking about their fears. And the brother's fear is a monster dog that he saw in a movie once when he was a little bit younger and he has nightmares about. This dog is Cujo. They couldn't say it by name, I guess. Copyrights and all that, but it's definitely supposed to be Cujo. Although the dog they show isn't exactly Cujo. And then Ariel Winter's character talks about a dream she had about a long-nailed, creepy woman who lives in her closet. And that was their fear. And then they play back what they said, and the fears start to become real. So the grandfather is about to retire from, I gloss over it because I don't really, spend too much time on it. The grandfather is about to retire. And this strange man shows up, played by Christopher Heyerdahl, if you know him from Stargate Atlantis or Sanctuary, stuff like that. He's been in a lot of stuff, and he's a great villain actor. If you saw him, you know who he was. Be like, oh yeah, that guy's great. He's also, weirdly enough, in Are You Afraid of the Dark, as the Nosferatu-like vampire in the Tale of Midnight Madness. And this episode kind of reminds me of, I don't know where I was going with that, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's an interesting episode. The fear, he is fear incarnate. He is the humanization of fear, and it turns out that years ago, fear came to their grandfather and gave them the box to put all the people's fears into the box, and now he's back, now that the grandpa is retiring, to take the box and unleash it upon the world, to take over the world, of course! And okay, before I get on to the climax, you could call it, the performance from Christopher Heyerdahl in this episode is phenomenal. He is clearly enjoying what he's doing here. He's really giving it his all, and he is amazing with his performance. And I like this idea of putting fear in a box. Not so much using it to take over the world, of course, but, especially as a kid, you have all these fears of the unknown. Heights, dark, bugs, stuff like that, stuff that scares you, And, to say there's a thing that can actually put it in a box and take it away from you and help you, get rid of that fear, that's pretty cool. Now, to use it to take over the world, I don't know, but... So, the climax, if you call it that, comes when the grandfather, because he's retiring, is going to get an award. He comes home, and how he gets it, I don't know, because all the doors are magically locked, but... He comes home, he gets in, and he's confronted by Fear, who wants the box back. And so Ariel Winter goes up, she grabs the box, and she's like, I want to tell you what my fear is. And being that, it's fear, he's interested. He's like, ooh, what is it? And she's like, I'm afraid of fear itself. I'm afraid of you. And then he goes into the box, and then the box disappears. And yeah, it's interesting. Like, my thought was when I watched this is why it took so long. I was sitting here trying to think of how I was gonna interpret this. There's another shot towards the end that it's supposed to be left up to interpretation. So he's sucked into the box, then the box disappears. So that means he's not in the box anymore? Or because he created the box, since he was destroyed by his creation, it's gone? I don't know. But there's one last scene where the little brother is talking to the sister, Ariel Winter, and they're talking back and forth and asking, if it's all over. She says, yes. He leaves, and then she lays there. So I got it. Hold on. My leg is itching. It won't go away. There. And she's laying there, and she looks at the closet. Closet door is creaked open. And the camera kind of zooms in to the closet. And it goes in, and just goes into the closet, and then cuts off. It's left to interpretation. Is fear... Because I thought about this. Is fear still out there? Is he still... Did he survive? Or is that what we saw, the embodiment of fear, and that fear itself, the idea, is still out there? I'd like to think that the idea of fear is still out there. Now, another interpretation I thought is that the lady in the closet wasn't a dream. Because the brother said his fear is from a movie, and she said hers was from a dream. My thought had been, and a bit of an interesting twist, is that this fear that she talked about, that she had when she was younger, from a dream, wasn't actually a dream. It was a memory that she suppressed. And it's something that was suppressed because she forgot about it. And now that she remembered, it's coming back. That was another idea that popped in my head. It's left up to interpretation. I think the most ideal idea would be fear still around. That little thing about, my idea, just my idea. It's just a thought though. It's a thought that counts. Anyway, this episode was great. I think it's the second best one I've watched so far, behind The Dead Body. But yeah, it's pretty good. So, what are you guys' thoughts on this episode? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We got an episode break because the next one I don't think is anything I'm going to review. Then the one after that, we got 2 reviews to do. So, a little bit of a break. Till then, I've been Scotty. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.